So I've been hearing a lot about this trailer here called Mickey 17. Robert Pattinson's in it. So I guess this is what he's been doing since he's been waiting too long for Batman Part 2. Bro, they delayed Batman Part 2 again. First, the Batman came out in 2022. It's been 3 years. We're in 2025. When the Batman came out, they said the sequel was coming out in 2025. And then 1 year later in 2023, they said, okay, now the sequel's coming out in 2026. Then last year, they're like, no, the sequel's coming out in 2027. Here's the thing. Sonic 4 comes out in 2027. The Batman Part 2 comes out in 2027. The fact that Sonic 2, 3, and 4 all came out in between the Batman and the Batman Part 2 is going to be hilarious to me. Sonic is about to have a quadrilogy before the Batman gets a sequel. Like, okay, you know what? Fine, let's just watch this trailer.
On Earth, nothing was working out, and I wanted to get the hell out of there.
You're planning to be an expendable?
You read through the paperwork.
Yeah. I should have read through it.
Ooh.
That's it. Mickey, deep breaths, fill your lungs. Imagine there's an unknown virus in the air.
And you're sucking in every single microscopic particle floating around.
See, that's the thing about, like, me personally, when it comes to space travel, everyone talks about, like, oh, what we can't find habitable planets. You know, like, you know, besides Earth, every planet in our solar system is uninhabitable. They're just not. Like, Mercury, Venus, and Mars, you cannot step out on the surface of either of those planets. You can't breathe out there. It's just not going to work. Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, and Uranus, they're gas giants. They are gas giants. They don't have a solid surface. You'll just fall in and be torn apart by the winds. But yet, a lot of people forget, when you go to another planet, and let's just say this planet, that the surface of this planet, there's enough oxygen for you to breathe there. Okay, cool. What about the microscopic life there? What about, you know, viruses or bacteria that lives on those planets that have never been exposed to alien life? Because if we were to go to another planet that had the same surface as Earth, we would be the aliens of that planet B. Let's just call it Planet Earth B or Planet B. Planet B is, let's just say, geographically and the atmosphere looks similar to Earth. It's enough for its breathable air, a good enough climate, so it's not extremely hot or extremely cold. You just go in there and you end up dying from some random virus because you're an alien life form coming into contact to, like, that environment. Of course, like, did you not remember in history class how, like, when the Europeans came over to the Americas, how the diseases that they brought wiped out like 90% of the indigenous population? Or like when the Mongolians were conquering across Eurasia, that, like, they would bring along disease with them and how that would eventually lead to the bubonic plague. Like, and that's just on our planet. Imagine the crazy bacteria viruses on other planets that are livable, if we could find any.
Oh.
All the viruses.
Ooh.
So good?
There really
Ew.
was an unknown virus in the air. Lethal one.
See you tomorrow.
Fellow pioneers, almost every single one of you will be remembered throughout history.
They made me work my ass off, giving me one shitty mission after another.
You're
Oh, I love
expendable.
the end.
You're here to be expended.
Every time I died, they just printed me out again. Everyone asks, what's it feel like to die? The ship was filled with mostly dickheads. But Nasha, she's always loved me.
So this guy basically is like, every time he dies, they just clone him. And they keep cloning him so that he just keeps coming back. But it's like that's the thing about, like, if someone successfully clones you and they just have all your memories stored up in the databank, does that second clone, is that really you? Like, is that really you, or is that just another person that looks exactly like you and downloaded all your memories up until that point, like a checkpoint in a video game? That's like, it's kind of like, what's that, the ship of Theseus that they brought up in WandaVision? Like, if you like replace all the boards of the ship of Theseus over time, is it still the ship of Theseus? Like is that really the same person?
That's when everything changed.
Oh, there's two of you.
Multiple.
In the case of multiples, we exterminate every individual.
Which body goes first? One at a time is twice the fun.
You don't look like you're printed out. You're just a person.
It's not your fault. This is a fight to the death.
The simple fact is, we're in a state of war, and our survival is in the balance.
I got a job to do.
Mickey Barnes, fighting right to the end.
My great gift to mankind. Are you afraid to die? This time I wasn't scared.
Wow. Okay, that's oh wow, it's coming out in March, bro. A lot of movies are coming out in March. Yo, I've been seeing some like. First of all, January is dead when it comes to movies. Like January is really just dead when it comes to all these type of movies. Like there's no activity happening. Like people are going to the theaters mainly just to go see Sonic 3 or Nosferatu. Like there's not that many January movies out there right now. But like February is Captain America 4. But March, I'm starting to see a lot more rollouts. Okay. That looks interesting. I mean, it looks all right. Robert Pattinson's basically just playing a bunch of clones of the same guy called Mickey. And it's just like, it's kind of like, not Groundhog's Day, because Groundhog Day involves time travel. It's mostly just, what's that? It's like that one episode of Rick and Morty where Rick and Morty just kept dying, but then they kept waking up in clone bodies in different universes. And in like one universe, they woke up in a clone body of a fascist dystopia. And another one, they woke up in shrimp bodies. And another one, they woke up in like wasp bodies. So like, I feel like I see where the premise is at. If Mickey 17, to me, seems interesting enough as it is, but I feel like, would I go see it in theaters? Probably, because it's directed by Bong Joon-ho, and like Bong Joon-ho, he directed Parasite, which I think is amazing, but he also directed Snowpiercer. Snowpiercer is really good. Like Snowpiercer is such a well-made movie. There are times where I like to rewatch parts of the movie if I don't have time to watch the whole movie again. I'll just rewatch parts of the movie. It's a really good movie, and I mean, Bong Joon-ho has yet to make a bad movie, in my opinion, that I've seen. Or like I haven't seen all of his movies, but I've never heard someone say, "Oh, that one movie that he made is bad." Like that's how good of a reputation he has. I mean, the guy who made Snowpiercer and Parasite, I think he's gonna do a really good job.